art and animation.
The animation itself was actually good.
It was Studio Bones, wasn't it?
It was Studio Bones.
Which is an absolute waste. Bones, go make something good, like Darker Than Black Season 3.
It wasn't like...
Or Full Metal Alchemist sequels or something. Or a sequel to Cowboy Bebop, if you could even do that.
Cowboy Bebop.
But exactly.
The animation and the art, it wasn't like bad, and honestly this is one of the highest rated categories probably because it wasn't bad and that beats everything else. It wasn't particularly memorable though. They didn't do anything with like, you know, fantastic. The fight scenes were kind of meh. The regular day-to-day stuff was kind of meh. The art wasn't like, it wasn't bad at all. It just wasn't, you know, any like Square Enix thing or anything. So
with the art, I felt like the art was really bland a lot of the time.
Yeah,
but when it had to be, it pulled through. I thought the main character's face and design was pretty memorable.
Yeah.
I just don't remember anybody else.
Well,
and a lot of their character designs looked exactly the fucking same.
The art
which just
style,
bugged the hell out of me.
The art style kind of reminded me of Full Metal Alchemist without the flair and originality. Like, okay, because they looked like all the main characters kind of looked like background characters from Full Metal Alchemist. You know what I mean? Like, it had a similar...
I can kind of see where you're going
similar art style,
but I would disagree with that. I think Full Metal Alchemist is much more stylized and much simpler, and it has a flair to it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like Full Metal Alchemist without the stylization.
FMA has nice character design and, like, you know, the cool, like, transmutation circles, which all add this nice little character to it. This one was just kind of, like, muggy and set in, like, really, really lame Western Washington. And then it was just... There was no real interesting character design to anyone besides the Skullman.
But
Skullman was pretty cool.
Yeah, talking about the animation, it was good. It was Studio Bones.
Yeah.
But I just felt like it was wasted because they never got to utilize it. It was all sitting and talking.
Seriously, and the action sequences that they did have weren't, like, you know, particularly cool.
Not even 2 minutes, like 2-second fight scenes.
There were no, like, you know, resoundingly awesome backflips or weird things. I like that. Those fight scenes.
It didn't take advantage of the animation budget and the beautiful animation that Studio Bones provided.
Yeah, exactly. This is the people that brought us, you know, stuff like Cowboy Bebop. They had badass looking fight scenes, or Full Metal Alchemist, which
Darker
had
Than Black,
really good ones.
Fantastic fight scenes in Darker Than Black. So overall, art and animation, not terrible, but a lot of whatever potential there was is just squandered.
Yeah,
which I feel is kind of the name of the game with this show so far.
The show, I don't believe, has a dub, which is probably a good thing. So we won't have to see our favorite voice actors wasted on crappy Skullman.
Yeah, but I mean, the acting in it's hard for me to comment on it for a Japanese sub.
I don't think it was
the character.
It wasn't bad or anything. It just I didn't find anybody memorable. I didn't hear any memorable voices that I'm gonna go, oh hey, that's the guy from blah blah blah.
I think but the thing was, is because they weren't memorable, might honestly been more for the character writing than it was the acting. I don't think the acting in it was
the material definitely didn't help them at all.
No,
I mean, definitely didn't help them at all. But okay. So overall, thoughts and scores.
Overall, it was. I didn't like it at all. Like I said, it was hard to watch through. I literally had to go, okay, only one more episode, then I'm done for the night. Oh, I can get through this. I can get through this. Push yourself, go! And it was boring. It had that really irritating thing where it would throw in characters, kill them off 2 episodes later, and then make me like pretend I cared. Or that I cared about any of the characters, which I didn't. The plot was convoluted, it rambled, it went back and forth. There was no real consistency. Overall, there was just very little good about it. I'd probably give it a low C or maybe even a high D, just because it wasn't entertaining. And there was nothing behind it.
If you had to put a number on it, from 1 to 10.
Okay.
Just to give it a
4, maybe.
A 4?
It wasn't good.
You were more generous than I am. You, sir.
Like we said, it was kind of a chore watching it, and literally I went through this whole time. When is Skullman going to come in? When is he going to kick ass? When are we going to see all this? When are we going to see more of this character? Really waiting for it to get good, and it just there was times where it was like, oh, this is getting kind of interesting, just because I've seen what the characters are going through, and I'm like, I kind of know where this is going though at the same time. So because of that, it was. I can't say it was a horrible show. It's not a show where I literally watched a couple episodes and went, no, I refuse to watch more. I was bored, had the time, so I watched it. We need to do a review. So I watched it. So I'm gonna give it a 3, just because the animation and stuff are decent. It's just kind of a resounding meh.
It's a resounding meh, and that's actually why I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna go actually one lower than you, and I'm gonna give it a 2. And the reason for that is not because this is not so bad it's good.
Yeah.
This is just bad. This is forgettable bad. And when you have fantastic talents, good ideas, a good budget, all that sort of things, when you have this much potential and you waste that, that's infuriating to me.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, I walked away from this show. I came into this show going, this is going to be awesome. I mean,
It looks pretty cool.
It looks really fucking cool. It's a mystery thriller. Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm down for this. I walked away going, oh, God, I just wasted hours of my
so
life.
many hours.
It's one of those if-only kind of stories.
Yeah.
And it's again, it's not like funny, bad, or anything that I can honestly say that, you know.
Yeah, it's
This
not
isn't the kind of
Aquarion.
thing-
I feel like it wasted my time. It wasted the time of everyone who worked on this show, and I think that's really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
Because it had so much going for it. It had so much potential, and it didn't live up to that. And wasted potential is one of the worst things that you can do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with a 2.
Okay.
I've actually felt really bad. The site I was watching it on, all the last updates were on December 25th, 2008. And I was just like, there's some guy out there who wasted part of his Christmas putting this online. I'm sorry for you, good sir. Just please.
Okay.
Go.
So, we didn't like Skullman. But, tune in next week when we're going to take a look at Gankutsuo, the Count of Monte Cristo.
Hopefully it's going to be so much better.
Until then,
What it looks like is
until then, this is the Motley Crew Anime Review, signing off.
See once more, I just pray.